All right, guys, the Dolls, they have become a tradition here in Albuquerque, and for very good reason. They do great work. Their latest, Cinderella, the True Hollywood Story, is a traditional British panto. Now, pantos, I just learned this, are a holiday tradition over in England. You get to boo, you get to hiss, cheer all of the characters. It's uproarious, it's family-friendly, it's a fairy tale with a taste of vaudeville, some music, dance, comedy, over-the-top costumes, and of course that audience interaction. It is more fun than you can shake a magic wand at. Joining us now to talk more about the show is Sarah Ryan, who plays Cinderella, along with Kenneth Ann Sloan, who plays the evil stepmother. So this sounds really, really fun. And like I said, I just learned about a panto. So what made you decide to do this type of show this year?
Well, we've been doing Christmas shows for 20 years, and it's like, what are we going to do next? And I have two British friends, Jessica Osborne, who's in the show, and Colleen is another good actress around town. And they were like, you should do a British panto. And I was like, yes. I kind of had an inkling of what it was, but Jessica kind of helped me write and direct it, and I didn't know much. So it's a lot different than I thought it was.
It's fantastic. All right, so let's talk about now. Obviously, this is kind of different than some of the other Dolls shows. Aside from the obvious, what makes this a different piece? Is it because we're focusing on Cinderella? It's not like a Christmas type show, or are you working a Christmas theme into this show?
Well, in many ways, it's a good fit for the Dolls because it is over the top and it is drag. But it's different that it is family friendly. The Dolls usually, this is our first
When I
family
read that, I was
show.
like, wait, are we sure this is family friendly?
It does have a lot of innuendo, sexual
It
innuendo,
does.
but British panto does.
Okay, all right. Well, so Sarah, let's talk about this. So you're playing Cinderella, but really in a very non-traditional way. How is that for you?
It's not your typical Disney Cinderella. She's got her quirks, she's got her opinions, and it's just a very fun version of Cinderella. She's very real.
So when you're preparing this type of show, and we grew up with the stories of Cinderella, how difficult is it for you to sort of divorce our preconceptions of Cinderella to bring something like this, bring fresh voice to it?
Honestly, it wasn't difficult at all.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, and I just kind of bring myself to the character.
Okay.
So it was very easy to just kind of make her a real person, somebody that would, Cinderella today.
Yeah, Cinderella today. Okay. Now, another addition to this, you've got a couple of Albuquerque stand-up comics in this show, if I'm right, Joe Quesada and William Cameron Bolt. So talk about adding stand-up comedians into this. Why did you make that decision?
Because particularly the character of Buttons, he kind of tells the story and is the link between the audience and the cast.
Okay.
And he kind of has to act on a moment's notice. And Jessica Osborne was like, we should get a stand-up comic since they have to be so quick on their feet and relate to the audience and think at a moment's notice. And they're really...
Yeah, so that makes sense.
It's a
They're
nice
kind of that
addition.
bridge to the audience, and it keeps with that interactive feel.
I can't wait to be before the audience and see how they do.
Yeah, well, so speaking of, when can we come see the show, and where do we see it?
It opens tonight. It's at the National Hispanic Cultural Center, the Wells Fargo Theater. And really excited.
And we get tickets, we call the NHCC box office. Is that the best way to do it?
Yes, probably, yeah.
Okay, and gotta say, guys, the Wells Fargo Theater, it's a great little space, but it is small, so make sure you get your tickets ahead of time, because this is gonna sell out. The seats are limited in Wells Fargo, but, and I get a feeling they're gonna be packed.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Guys, for more information on Cinderella, the True Hollywood Story, head over to Casa.com, break legs. Guys, have a great run.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right.